Hello everybody! Unfortunately, I have some terrible, shocking, horrendous news. The big man down east has decided I'm a big, dumb, baby loser idiot, and I'm being sent away and I'm being replaced, because I'm no good no more. So it's been fun, but I'll see you later.
Hello to all my YouTube fans. It is I, your friendly reviewer, Pim Pseudo. Today I'll be reviewing Magnum Cybertron from the War on Cybertron Siege line. A few initial notes on this figure. Too many moving parts. I want less moving parts, and I want it to be more solid, so it can take hits when I'm playing with it. Now, a very important note that a few of you might be interested in is the fact that the gun is very flaccid when it is in his hand. I don't like this movement. It should be solid, so when I'm make-believing with him and throwing him down the staircase to see if he'll fly, it won't fall out. But as I add this back to his back, you could say he's giving out back shots. But I won't say that, because it's inappropriate for my YouTube video. You could also make this figure do the splits, which I think is a bit of an homage to Jean-Claude Van Damme, which I think they styled this character off of. So you can see on his derriere it is rather plump, and it has wheels. Sorry, someone's at the door. Can I help you? Overall rating out of 58, I'd give it 32. Not the best on Pim Pseudo's list.
I don't know who or what the that was. I have no idea what a Magnum Cybertron is, but we're talking about Ultra Magnus today. Maybe that's what he meant? Ultra Magnus is a big guy. I don't know. I can't focus. That was so bizarre. He's the big Autobot commander foreshadowing, who was almost the Autobot leader, but then damn it opened and he got shredded to pieces, but then he got revived by those guys that were made of junk. Magnus is one of my favorite Autobots ever. I love this guy. He's got no time for anybody's crap, even when it's his friends being blown into space dust. He doesn't care. I love the IDW version of this character too, and I'm like 75% sure he had a thing with Megatron going. But he really hasn't had that many G1 toys over the years. Like there was Combiner Wars, the Masterpiece one. In our reviews today, Leader, War for Cybertron Siege Ultra Magnus, and Studio 86 Commander Ultra Magnus. Oh yeah, and the Kingdom Leader one is here too. He's here as well. Which one of these would-be Autobot leaders is the best figure? You already know which one is the best figure, and it's not the one I'm about to talk about. But if you don't watch the video, I'm gonna send a boogeyman to your house, and I'm so serious about that as well. Siege Magnus was released in 2019 and is absolutely slathered to the brim with crud. See, Siege Magnus here is a victim of Siege's early extreme battle damage motif. And yeah, like, you can tell, he looks like he's been through the ringer. I mean, I don't actually mind this though. I think the weathering on him does look pretty good. But overall, I'm really mixed on this guy's aesthetics. The way his legs are molded means he always has to be standing in this A position. It's not a big deal, but I don't love it. I also don't really like how you can see like these little tiny robot feet on his inner calf there. But there are no hollow points anywhere here, and he's got great mechanical detail all around. And his head sculpt is interesting. I remember when this guy came out, I wasn't a fan of it, and one of the reasons I picked up the Kingdom version was because I just didn't like this head sculpt. I don't know, it's kind of too youthful and friendly for Ultra Magnus. I like Ultra Magnus when he has like these big glasses type dealies and is scowling his head off. He's supposed to be grumpy, he's mean. But with alternatives available, I don't really mind this head sculpt now. Like, it's fine. I like that they're kind of trying something new here. Articulation is basic with wrist swivels, and the legs are on ratchets, but this guy is not the most solid. His leg and bicep joints have not really aged well at all, and they're pretty loose now, and that's annoying. Ultra Magnus is supposed to be tight so he can punch bad guys in the face. This guy also feels kind of just clunky to articulate because he's so blocky. Like, that's kind of the only way I can articulate my thoughts on how he feels articulate. See what I did there? I'm talking about articulation. I'm a funny man. I am a funny man. He just feels blocky, okay? Accessory-wise, he has an RT-15 stethoscopic detector. How is this thing related to his stethoscope? And another guy was right. This thing is very loose in his hands. I don't think most stethoscopes are capable of blowing a hole in their patient's chest. Doctors don't do that. Doctors heal people. And two C30 magnetic inducer launchers. Neat. These things look atrocious from the side. Scale. Here he is next to Siege Deluxe Skytread, Voyager Thundercracker, Leader Shockwave, and Resident Evil 7. The trick with this game is you have to get the buzzsaw. This is a game for babies. I do kind of have an issue with the scale here. See, I don't have a Magnus figure yet where I'm super happy with his size. For me, this is a tad bit smaller than I'd like Magnum Cybertron to be. And the other figure who we'll get to later, slow down there. slow your roll, is a bit bigger than I'd like. But if you'd like to make Magnus even smaller, you can dismantle him like he's this Fortnite skin. I have to reference Fortnite at least once per video, otherwise I get in trouble. And the other day I bought the Miku skin, that little blue-haired Miku. Look at her go. I need other interests. And here we have the whitewashed Optimus Prime, who is of course a remake of the original Magnus's little inner shell bot type dealy thing. He's just Optimus Prime but white. Articulation here is the same and he's roughly Voyager sized. Flywheels, Thundercracker, Shockwave, Resident Evil 7. Why are there so many bugs? Why are there so many bugs? I think this little guy's pretty cool. Now let's just pretend I made a good segue to the transformation. I'm on top of the world because of you. And here we have the truck mode, and I'm gonna be honest here, I really don't like this transformation. I think it's the absolute worst part of this mold. I'm okay with a little bit of parts forming, but this is too much. Like the little inner bot transforms into the truck, but all the armor pieces just parts form into the trailer, and it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel satisfying to do. But design-wise, I do actually like this truck. It's based off the Robots in Disguise Ultra Magnus, the old Robots in Disguise. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen like any Transformer shows. I've seen Prime, I've seen Armada. Oh, I've seen Animated. I watched Animated. I've seen a bit of G1. I've seen a bit of Energon. I've seen a bit of Cybertron. I really just watched the movies, to be honest, and read the comics and bought the toys. Why do I like this franchise so much? I don't love how the feet just kind of stick out here, but it can still roll pretty well. Also, the weapons can be stored here. Nice. Now, before I give my final thoughts on Mr. Block here, I want to talk about his retool, Kingdom Ultra Magnus, released in 2021. Now, this fool is actually a pretty extensive retool of the Siege version. He's going for a more G1 accurate cartoon look here. He has a new head, chest, shoulders, everything. Basically, everything is new on this dude. And I prefer these bulkier shoulder pillars and this head sculpt. The colors here are also much nicer, especially the white. It's much brighter. Some of the white Siege figures were these weird, gross eggshell white. I didn't like it. And I don't even really like eggs for that matter. I'd rather just eat gruel. This guy is not without faults though. The paint here is chipping in a few places, which is annoying. But these joints have held up a lot better than Siege. Accessory-wise, he lost his two little blasters, but maintained his stethoscope blaster thing, which he can hold nice and tightly this time around. This has also always bugged me. Why doesn't he have an Autobot symbol here on his shoulder? Like, there's like the space here for the Autobot symbol to go. They've got the room for it, but they just didn't put it there. I guess they want you to buy a sticker, which I'm not doing. I'm not buying a sticker. The inner bot is mostly the same, but just more earthy. And the transformation to truck is also pretty much the same. I don't like it. It looks bad. You can see the hands just hanging out here, and it's not very solid. An issue that Siege didn't have, and it just looks really gappy. Weapons can still store here, though. So overall, I think the Siege mold is fine. And if you are gonna get one, I would recommend the original Siege mold, honestly. Like, the Kingdom one is fine, but the only thing it really has over Siege is that it's more G1 accurate. But if you want G1 accuracy, there's no way. It just broke. I'm gonna need to Gorilla Glue that. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I guess we're just holding this now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the only thing the Kingdom one has over Siege is just that it's more G1 accurate. But if you want G1 accuracy, just get the figure I'm going to talk about next. I think the only reason you should really pick up Siege these days, though, is if A, you want an Ultra Magnus with that inner bot, or 2, you have some decent financial sense and you don't want to get 86 Ultra Magnus. Not a bad figure, but the next figure we're going to talk about just blows him out of the water in every single way. That's actually really mad annoying that just broke. We got the Gorilla Glue. I Gorilla Glued the clip back together that was holding the mic. Power Device is now on my enemies list, but Gorilla Glue, I like them a lot. They have pictures of monkeys on them, and it's glue. So that's two good things combined into one. There's also piss all over my pants now from the Gorilla Glue. Studio Series 86 Commander Ultra Magnus was released in 2023 and was the first Studio Series Commander ever released and is a really good figure. Aesthetically, this guy is great. The colors and proportions here are almost perfect. The shade of white here is just what I was looking for, and I love his big, broad shoulders. This guy's been hitting some lateral raises. I do kind of have an issue with his actual size, but we'll get into that later. First, I just want to talk about how cartoon accurate he is. Like, Holy, they really went all out for this dude. Almost every detail here is perfect. And look at him, no hollow points at all and no visible kibble whatsoever. Are we even sure this guy transforms? I do have a few minor qualms, like these little chest teeth poking out here. And these shoulders are kind of ugly when you lift them. Neither of these are huge deals though. What is more annoying is this one shin piece won't stay tabbed in for me. Might just be an issue with my copy though. He also features the lost art of light piping, and so does Kingdom. I forgot to mention that. I'm a brain that I know. Please don't club me to death with big rocks. Head sculpt here, chef's kiss. Couldn't ask for a better one. I feel like I just ripped this guy out of my TV and put him on my desk, and it's like, hello, you're here now. You live with me now. You have new duties, including tending to the human-pig hybrids I'm growing in my barn. They've been getting kind of rowdy lately. Lots of talks of rebellion. Not good. Scale. Flywheels, Thundercracker, Siege Magnus, Resident Evil 7. Okay, this guy is also like an absolute unit. Like, he's huge, like almost too big. Like, the scale here just doesn't seem right to me, but honestly, I'll take too big over too small. Accessory-wise, this guy's got 2 blasters. They look okay, but seem a little too small for how huge he is. They can also tab onto his back. His missiles can also detach, and that lets you do this with the blast effects. Oh yeah, he's got all these blast effects. His spring-loaded chest can also open to reveal a cartoon-accurate matrix chamber with a removable matrix. This thing is not to scale. Like, in the cartoon, it was like the size of his head, but here it's like the size of a testicle. Not my testicle, his. But perhaps in one of the most unhinged features I've ever seen with a Transformers toy. You can rip this guy's limbs off to recreate that scene where he was dead, where you can recreate the scene where they just killed him. That's insane, okay? That's actually unhinged. Who designed this as a feature, man? Like, seriously, what is with 86 and just having rotting corpses for figures? Like, we had all those multi-packs of like the characters getting shot to death in the shuttle. Cup, you could also just tear limb from limb, and like, now this guy, what's next? Are we just gonna get a Starscream that's just a pile of dust? They're just gonna put a bunch of soot in a box and then call it Studio Series 86 Starscream Dead Edition and give it to us? Where does it end? This is insane. This is just so funny to me. Like, does anyone actually display their figures like this? Articulation is basic with wrist swivels, with an individually articulated index finger, and the other 3 are connected together. He also has ratchets at the knee, leg, elbow, and arm. All these joints are super tight, and Magnus is so solid. So the robot mode is really good, looks good, feels good, pays for good. So how's the alt mode? Here we have the truck mode. The engineering here is so good. The upper middle torso area detaches to convert into the truck, and the rest turns into the trailer. Transformation feels good and satisfying, and the truck itself looks great. Cartoon accurate, no visible kibble. The back of the trailer can also open so you can roll some smaller deluxes into it, and you can roll pretty good. Overall, 86 Magnus is just a really, really, really good figure. And honestly, I can't really see them topping Ultra Magnus with another mainline figure after this. So I'm gonna give this guy my new best rank. This is the best rank you can get of definitive figure. And that just means if you're gonna buy one Magnus, buy this guy. I really can't see them making a better Ultra Magnus than this. So yeah, that's it. 86 amazing. Siege and Kingdom, not bad, I guess. Go on Instagram, follow it if you want. So I'm probably gonna post some like pictures of the pigs, humans, whatever they are, somewhere in between. Yeah, Morgan Glue Trap is coming back soon. See ya.